Excellent condition. Go live. There it is. Go live. That's not good. Don't look at that. Don't look at it. Look away from the news stories. Hello, welcome to my tube. My name is Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. Man, my feelings were all over the place today. I freaking woke up. I was sad because my little Lyle wasn't at the door. I just turnover is high in freaking places like this. Animals come and go. I just hope that somebody got him to keep him and love him, take care of him, you know, and not something else. He didn't anyway. Because it's been 2 days now, and this is like, he hasn't missed this many meals, so I was sad and I cried. Release. I hate crying, man. I mean, it feels good. I'm glad when I do it. It's always worthwhile, but man, I was just like, I got mad at God. I'm like, why do you make me love things so much and then take them away, man? I got mad. And then I came in and I did sets, and he and I talked it out. We sorted it out. You know, people have a choice to believe in whatever they want. They're given, things in their face. Believe in this, believe in that, believe in this sports team, believe in that famous D-bag, buy this car that plugs into like at this point, cars that, it's like, they have these charging stations all over, even where I live, like in the little podunk park downtown, And it's like, at this point, electricity should be free, and people are still pushing this narrative. They're trying to use this energy tax here in New Mexico. I think since I got time and I got like a lot of years I spent reading about bullshit, and if I can do service work in freaking Alcoholics Anonymous and do because I used to go to area and stuff like that. And if I can sit through some bullshit like that, then I can sit through some bullshit because there's always having meetings at City Hall, you know. And yet the funny part of it is that my mom, who, I I tell this story often about how she was adopted from El Paso, Texas, in 1953. She was 3 years old. She was put in an orphanage. She was born with cleft feet. Anyway, the people that adopted her was a man named Robert Stinson Yoakum. And on her birth certificate, I have a copy of her birth certificate, thank God. That'd be so hard to get in this day and age anyway. It says that his birthplace was Mora, New Mexico, and that's about 30, 40 miles south from where I'm at. And she was 18 and they gave her a suitcase and said, we raised you. Now time to go out and be on your own. And so I didn't really get a whole bunch of stories from them, because I always thought that was mean that they kicked her out at 18. I always thought that was kind of mean. So they were kind of the mean people. But she always looked at them as that they gave her the ability to walk and stuff. And so she's just always, she's Sagittarius. She's got 5 planets in Sagittarius. So we always see things a little bit different. So anyway, he's been a mayor in some place in New Mexico, and I'd like to see the record of find out where that is. He was like a war hero recognized here in the Korean War. I know he had family here, like blood relations, relatives. We just were never. We never ain't really been embraced any kind of family, whether we're blood related to them or not. So that's probably why we're extra close. So he also owned grocery stores here in New Mexico. I found that out. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll run for something someday. Lord knows I have the freaking experience to do so. The only thing that I would have trouble with is all the bullshit like pageantry that they add. I'd want to cut all that crap. There was one, because everybody around here, they're pissed off at the commissioners too, the city controllers. These people have like sat on these boards for like 20, 25 years, and they basically go around and they're playing Sims with other people's lives and money. And they're bad planners, and they waste a lot of money. You know, and I have a whole folder of how bad the planners planned in Salem, Oregon, and you know, a lot of this failed infrastructure. Like, you're gonna see more and more. I've been talking about this 3 years. It's kind of weird to see it actually happen now. We're gonna see more and more of these bridges with cracks in them that they can't use, and then people are gonna be all pissed because they gotta go around, and you know, it's all because these people are paying themselves exorbitant wages, and then they're not doing their jobs. You know. They're freaking napping in their big shiny trucks that the city and the state pays them to freaking drive around in. They're napping under the big shade tree instead of freaking doing their jobs. It's human nature, man. Mostly people want something for nothing. I don't think that that's a fair energetic trade. So I like to exchange things. Exchange, you know, I got a lot of ideas like how to exchange things, barter, like my photography, you know, for local items, and then I can make gift baskets and then send them to people just that make me feel hopefully make them feel as good as they make me feel when I think about them. You know, and I keep thinking about how if everybody just made a little, where they live, their little local area, a little piece of heaven on earth, that it wouldn't take very long to create more of a heaven on earth. But people are freaking, I don't know, people got it all twisted. People are getting a lot of stuff twisted. And see, that's the thing we're going to see here in the next little while, 3 to 6 months, we're going to see who, like, you know, the real, because I see a lot of people that are going to need spiritual triage, right? So the people that are like, you know, really love God and are for God and or want to do what God's all about, it's going to be less about a paid membership required, and just like freaking more about trying to help people keep their shit together, because people are not, they're not built for what's coming. Psychologically, they're not. A lot of people just they live in a veil of freaking unknowing, because it's a much safer place to be in that world. If they don't know, if that stuff isn't real, if that stuff doesn't happen, it makes them feel better. But the reality of it is more of us are coming through and be like, yes, this stuff does happen. My goal is ultimately to help people say, even though these things happen, terrible things happen to people, the spirit is very resilient. And we can live joyful lives and learn from all the painful, you know, from trudging that path. You know? It's really great that so many people live in a freaking bubble, that they've been protected. And they don't know about the darkness and the evil that roams this world, that is fed on the fear and the systems of creating fear to feed on fear, so these systems can grow. And it's just, there ain't no spirit in that. There's no Holy Spirit in that. And I think it's quite cool that people, more and more people are saying, hey, this is bullshit, and that's bullshit, and that ain't true, and that ain't right, and you know, a lie's a lie, you know, and Santa ain't real, and you know, for that whole system, but for the people that say Santa's not real, you're the jerks, you know, we're the jerks, you know, because we don't perpetuate the lie. So, oh, there are some new flowers that bloomed around here. They're really, really pretty. I think they are called, they're poppies, I know that. But the first one I thought they were called is a... Hold on, let me see. The first one I thought that they were called... It started blooming overnight. Red Flander poppies. But then I looked at a different kind of variety, and I think that actually they are orange, Prince of Orange Oriental poppies. So I'm not sure. I posted them on my Snapnacks. Didn't I post? Yeah, there they are on a few pictures over there. They are so... on my Snapnacks page. Mom's already asleep. I meditated for an hour and a half today. Yeah, this really does it. They're really they're ridiculously gorgeous. It's like, God, thank you, God. It's like, that's eclipse season, and I always think, well, the cat's gone, but thanks for the flowers. You know, one goes for this. I'm gonna take them to the farmer's market and leave them on people's tables, if they don't mind. I'll ask, of course. I'm not just gonna litter their booths with freaking very pretty flowers. I will ask permission. Mm-hmm. And there's so many. They're about to... I'm like, it's about to be popping because there's like hundreds of them. So, and there was none last night. And then this... I mean, because you can't not see these. They catch your eye. So... Oh... You're too on it. That's cool. See, and I got too many. There's too much stuff to do. There's too many. There's too many. But a lot of good stuff is happening. That's the thing, is with pain and strife and necessity and all that stuff. There's so much beauty to come from it. And it snowed today. Snowed in the mountains. More skiing in the mountains for the people that like to ski. What else happened today? Well, the dogs are content. They're happy. That's Tatak. And then Luna. She's been sleeping on the bed with us. It makes me happy. Because this is what I do. It's funny. I've been watching, I follow this hashtag on Instagram, Heyoka. And there's a guy on YouTube, I don't know his name, but there's another young man that doesn't like the guy that's on YouTube as much as me. He identifies as... I think it's so funny. People are like, I'm a Heyoka, I'm the Heyoka, whatever, they're Heyoka. I'm like, well, I'm just must be a different kind, right? Because, like, I don't know, evidently some people have the opinion that Heyokas, if they're in balance, then they're narcissists. That could very well be true. I think if anybody's in balance, I think we're all a little Heyoka, and if anybody's too imbalanced, they're in service of self before others, they could be narcissists, whatever. But this one young man doesn't like the guy at all. And I'm like, dude, I thought I was the only one, I think it's funny. I watch these people. I'm like, hey, where are all your dogs? Where are all your cats? Where's all your... Because, all the Heyoka, I understand. We're all pet lovers, bleeding hearts, and, doing... we can't say no to turn down all these little critters and stuff. But they don't have any. But they got all this other stuff in their background. I just identify different. That's all. That's all. To each his own, right? Because evidently... I recognize something in them that I got in me. So, that's why I try not to freaking judge too much, man. Because I can't talk too much shit about freaking what other people do when I've done so much stuff myself. The trick is to stop doing those behaviors. That's the part for me. And learning how to be disciplined, I haven't always, and I don't know how to ask for what I want. Really, I really don't. Cause like my whole life, it's like I did, and then whatever request was just far so too much. You know, boundaries and stuff. I don't even what really. You know, and then it's like when I do ask, people don't request get honor my requests. Oftentimes, I've had to get mad to get my way in life, and I'm just like, why can't people just let me have my way? Why do I got to get pissed about it? Why do I have to raise my voice? Why can't someone just give me my way? You know, things I request in life are simple, and they're I don't think that they're too much, but oftentimes people just like to tell me no, just because they like to hear themselves say no to me. It's a power play, man. I've seen it my whole entire life. Gotten real good about getting just going without things, because I just not want to ask, because people just don't feel like it. We live in a whole society, and a lot of people are going without a lot of stuff because people don't feel like it. But at this point, they just been freaking printing money. It's just like, dude, there ain't no way nobody should be getting a little bit of that. But what are you gonna do? None of it really matters anyway, because it's all a spiritual war. It's all spiritual. Everything I see in the world, all the goodness, all the shadow, the ratio, it's all contingent on me. All has to do with me. So I guess the more I spend in looking for the light, the more I'll find it. And if I spend my time in the shadows, it won't be too hard for me to find that either. So it sucks when you come to a realization in life that everything is everything is ultimately your own responsibility. How we receive data, how we respond or react in life, it's all up to us. There aren't really any outside forces that, I mean, there could be if we let our guard down. There could be outside external forces that influence you. But if you keep your heart sitting in centered in a certain vibrational frequency, you're all white, right? You're all right. Anyway, I think that's about all I got for now. I'm gonna watch some mindless TV for the rest of the night. I like that show, Zoe's playlist, extraordinary playlist. She has psychic powers. She can hear people's emotions and thoughts. Actually, I might run down to the gas station and get a ginger ale. I can't get ginger ale out of my freaking mouth, mind, head. I want one really bad. And then it was funny in Keejan's chat, Hollywood Biz, her talk before my talk. She did a premiere. I was like, man, I wish I had a ginger ale. And then non, can't remember their name because I got it wrong and it's stuck in my head wrong. But they're down in Albuquerque, said they have 2 cases. There's a local kind place that in New Mexico. I don't know if it's out of Santa Fe but they have like a spicy ginger ale, and I want to find it because I think that would taste really, really good. Yep. And it always feels good in my stomach. Hi, Hollywood Biz. I was just talking about you. Yeah, we have a choice. You know what sucks? Is those days when I choose to sit in my shit. That's what sucks. Is like when this morning I don't know, I could not. That's what I talked about like this morning. I had to start it off because this cat is gone. And I really like the cat. And then so I got in my feelings about why can't anything that I love ever stay? And then it just and then like I said earlier, I went in the bathroom and I did sets. I'm getting really big muscles. From doing lots of sets. Because whenever I get upset, I start to get upset or I start to get like frustrated or mad or fearful or any of that stuff, just too heady, I go in the bathroom and I do sets. It's so funny. I'm just a little piece of all these ridiculous little like stereotypes of people that I make fun of. Oh my gosh. Anyway, it feels good to laugh. I did laugh a couple times today. I saw a meme on with the hashtag on Instagram, and I freaking laughed so hard. It is really inappropriate, so I should just probably go ahead and read it. I took a screenshot of it because I don't know, memes. But every now and again. This one was posted by Pacheco? See, people get all clever with the freaking spelling of their names, and then people like me that are hooked on phonics, it fucks us up. So, Chorisla Pacheco. I got the Pacheco. That was a school name of a school where I grew up. Anyway, if you can't tell that Bill Gates likes his penis pinched while he gets pissed on, then what do you really understand about reality? And I'm like, it's the sweater. It's guys that wear sweaters like that. I swear. Those freaking Mr. Huxtable sweaters. Look at Bill Cosby. And he was just played himself as a different version. You know, look at all the honorary doctorates that guy got. It's ridiculous. He's a creepy pretend. Look what happened to him. See, truth always comes out. Sometimes, see, and that's the thing that's also going to be a little ooga boogity, is that people don't realize how freaking tripped out people are going to be. People are going to be so tripped out by whatever it is that they're going to be revealed in their life, because it's going to be different for everybody. You know, because some people are going to see, oh my God, UFOs are real, and have a little freaking, you know, mental breakdown, or, you know, for some it could be their ever so loyal companion, life partner, whatever, decides that they want to be a different gender, or freaking marry someone else, or just, it was all a lie. But, you know, everybody has their tower moment. There's just a lot of people that have put themselves in a bubble and live in a little bubble, and at some point, if you're lucky to live on this planet for any amount of time, that bubble is gonna burst. It's gonna, you know, you might get it back again, but bubbles burst. It's what happens, you know. Not everybody gets to live life that, you know, no. It's just, and if you do, I can't remember who the talker said, who the person said that. It's probably because they like had the karma of a past life of saving a village or something like that. But people are supposed to use that karma to benefit everybody. But a lot of people are being stingy. A lot of people are. But even days I can be stingy. I don't want to do stuff sometimes. Doesn't mean I don't do it. Just means I have a really shitty attitude, and then I'm just like, really? You gotta do it anyway. Why do you gotta have a bad attitude? Then I sound like all those people that my whole life have looked at, you know, you just have a bad attitude. I'm like, I wonder why. Everybody's telling me I do. No. We're all just little spirits, you know, flickering through this universe, trying to figure out how to be a human being. Because being a human being, man, it's stupid. It's just weird. And if you don't eat right and you don't exercise, and you get like these funks, you know, and then you can get like these demonic attachments and stuff like that. You know, it was a weird. I got one that manifested in a foot, in a funky toenail. I know that there's a direct correlation between health and like how your nails are, you know, feet and hands, and like stress does a lot weird stuff, you know. And people have bunions and stuff like that. Feet are just always been a trip, but anyway. So I have pretty nice feet, and when I moved to Oregon, it was like I looked down one day and my big toe on my right, it was like had some sort of a foot fungus or something on it. And it turned, so it's like it kind of reminds me that nothing is 100%. You know, nothing is ever 100% like really, really great. And even when I see people that I fangirl out, because I fangirl out a lot, you know, I try and keep my admiration at a level that isn't too ridiculous, because I know that it's just like anybody that I freaking totally dig, you know, we hang out. Ultimately, if we're gonna evolve into like being friends and it's gonna maintain, like ultimately one day they're gonna annoy the shit out of me and I'm gonna annoy the shit out of them. It's just about people are getting past it, you know what I mean? You know? And I'm ready to find my group of people that'll want. It's like the good in me that I bring to the table is more than like me being a dick sometimes, you know. Because I see plenty of people that are total dicks all the time, and it's just like people freaking really like bend over backwards to accommodate them, and I just don't ever see why. It's pretty trippy, but there's a lot of turnover right now in the world. Turnover is going to be huge right now. It's one of those point in times that there's going to be a lot of coming and going. And it's eclipse season, that's for sure. And things are just trippy because the more people think about stuff, the more the reality of these things come to be true. Because we make stuff, we make the world. You know, somebody's making it snow on the mountain on May 17th. Somebody somewhere, whether it's a power or the powerful, you know, it's an idea about something somewhere. It ain't nothing I did, and I didn't ask for it. Anyway, I think I'm gonna do a little run to the corner store. It's plenty bright out. It seems very dark because it's overcast, but it's pretty light out. I think I want to run up and get a ginger ale to appease my. Or I could go through the drive-thru at Kentucky Clucky and get me a Sierra Mist. Those are pretty good. Anyway, for those of you right now, if you're anything like me and if you like to drink, and I like to drink, this is not the time to drink. It'll be a less is more type thing right now. I don't drink. I just like it a lot. I like the oblivion. It's fun for me. But I always carry the accountability, so it makes it unfun. So, anyway.